note what there? The word framed. Because we say that word frame says a lot. It's a word that means that, look, that implies that we are dealing with two instances, two issues, scenarios here. You're dealing with the chaos, because that's what the word frame means, to set things in order. And whatever you're setting in order is in what? Is in chaos. Come on, you understand? Yes. So how does faith? Faith knows that when I see chaos, the will of God is how I bring order to it. There's a lot in that. Just meditate. That's what I can now start asking myself, is this my disposition to life? What happens when it looks like things are not working? What's the first few thoughts that run through my mind? I get what I'm saying? I'm asking myself. Now I'm now thinking of when I'm applying it to myself. How do I see things? What are my first set of conviction when I see difficult moments, chaotic times? When things don't go well, there we have a project of faith. Yeah. And what's our conviction? That chaos can be turned to order by what the world understands that. Then faith subscribes. Faith has a commitment to the supernatural. You know, yeah. Because when you talk about God in whom we have believed, you're not discussing a natural phenomenon, a person. In that sense, we're looking at the supernatural. So faith is not just an agreeing to the supernatural. It's a what? It's a subscribing. It's a commitment to the supernatural. It's a commitment. What does that mean? That the man of faith, his life is run by supernatural realities. So I'm going to see your faith disposition in your engagement and interaction with natural things. It says a lot. A person that is so invested in natural things is not likely to be effective in faith. Because faith, the disposition of faith is a commitment, a prioritization of what? Of the supernatural. What does prioritization mean? One come before the other. That means he's going to esteem natural things lightly. It's a commitment. Now, you can use faith to serve. You know what I mean by that? You can use it to serve natural things. But true faith is not intimidated. That's why a man, when Jesus was in that, boat that was about to, everybody was running scatter. And the guy was just sleeping. Attitude of faith. Hello. So there's an attitude of faith. He's calm. Calmness is one of the attitude of faith. You ask, how can you be so calm? I'm not saying everybody that is calm is walking by faith. But calmness is one of the attitude of faith. How can you be so calm, Jesus, when everything is, Then he rebuked the storm. Do you know he linked it to faith and said, where, O ye of what? That means that thing he was doing at the time was an expression of his faith too. Just relaxed. Everybody running up and down, trying to solve things by natural means. Just is calm. An attitude of faith. Sometimes all the running around is more of doubt and unbelief. I told you about the story that a woman passed out, and then, close family friend where children have grown up together, and I came into the scene. And one of the way that God used it to teach me a lesson, because she had two sons in the house that day. One was all over the place. And this is how he was. Hey, mommy, you will not die. Mommy, don't die. Please don't die. God, don't let mommy die. You won't die. Can you see the confusion there? Mommy, you will not die. Mommy, don't die.
Please, God, don't let her die. Mommy, don't die. He kept going in that different frequencies. You could sense the fear in this thing. And then same mother, another young man was just there, just praying in the spirit, and speaking words. Very calm, not running up and down, praying in the spirit, speaking words, And as I was there, who taught me the lesson? It was the doctor who came to help the woman. And the doctor came and he said, you see all these things you people are doing is not in faith. Doesn't know God much. Say all this thing running up and say it's not in faith. It was that young man that was calm. Are you getting what I'm saying? But calmness doesn't mean there's no power. You might be controlling much more power. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's in the natural that noise is equals to effectiveness. Or it's not. And sometimes they bring it even into supernatural thing. You think it's by shouting. But I heard that empty vessels still make the loudest noise, Abi? Yes, sir. Okay. Are you understanding what I'm explaining to you? So there are attitudes of faith. Can you highlight some of them in our conversations so far and ask how if you've actually imbibed? You can't force the attitude. Jesus wasn't sleeping because he was trying to be positive. He had a conviction. Do you understand? Somebody said, let's go to the other side, not let's die in the middle. So he wasn't expecting, if I say let's go. And the guy says, what kind of man is this that even the sea obey him? He didn't say, I'm going to die in the middle. Is this what will kill me? Me and the man on assignment. Are you getting what I'm saying? Say no. So our responses to situations are indicators of our faith. Is that okay? So, faith is also a battle, has a battle, a warfare disposition to it. Because what you're dealing with is what? Chaotic. That means faith confronts. You know why I'm saying this? Because some people in their application of faith forget that this is a battle. And start looking at the circumstances and say, hey, are you getting what? They forget this is a battle. If you know it's a battle and they throw you a punch, you don't say, hey, why now? Why? Is that what you do? What will happen if you try that? You will take more. You don't focus on the punch in the fight. Are you getting what I'm saying? Actually, you pretend like the punch is not there. The goal is to beat down the enemy. And when you win, that pain will be a testimony. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, attitude. I'm breaking it down so you can walk with this. Attitude. What kind of attitude do I have when it looks like things are not working? Faith is a warring spirit. Do you know, because I'm walking from the supernatural, there might be no change as yet in the natural. But it does not mean nothing is happening. Come on, guys. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm not getting my, my sense of whatever conviction from the natural. It's not the, come on, girls. It's not the voice of the natural that is affecting my faith. Because my faith is by the word, not the circumstance. So my faith, F-A-T-E, is not determined by the circumstance. So if it changes, it doesn't mean my faith has been sealed. I'm still where I am. Are you getting what I'm saying? I'm still holding on to the word that I have. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I don't start saying I'm finished though, because it's a situation what changed in the natural. I said no. Please, you understand what I'm explaining to you? Take note of this basic, because you're asking yourself, is this how I live? So there will be challenges. Sometimes the challenges can. I told you, I think it was in this last 2 weeks or so. I said something. I said, since the devil knows how this works, he fights his battle from the natural. So he's going to try to get your attention. The devil cannot get your attention by the spirit. He can only get your attention what? In the flesh. So you now start interpreting the flesh. I get what I'm saying. Oh, Satan. Is that it? Are you getting what I'm saying? So, because you know that's the only way he can get to you. And he's trying to get to you to corrupt your faith so that the power of that faith will not cause him to lose. Are you care? He's intentional about it. So, the devil is intentional about getting your attention from the natural. That's how you now begin to interpret situations. So you know that you have a stubborn